This is a foundation level course in English, and today is lesson 4 of 20, and this language course is brought to you by AES Language School. So today we are going to look into simple past tense, or sometimes we call this as past indefinite tense, or you can call it what happened. So as it's clear from the word what happened, it means that something that took place some time ago. So we say what happened sometimes ago. It means we are referring to the past, and this question is about the past. Let us look at our first sentence, and we say I got up late this morning. It means that the time at present when I say this sentence is maybe middle of the day, or maybe afternoon time, maybe evening, and then I talk about my morning schedule and I said I got up late this morning. So which form of the verb is used? This is the second form of the verb is used, and this morning refers to the time that is already over. It means that it is a daytime, or it may be afternoon, or maybe evening, or maybe late evening that I talk about my getting up early in the morning. And that was I got up late this morning. Then we played in the ground last evening. So last evening refers to yesterday, and again we have used the second form of the verb with the subject we. Then you passed your high school examination 2 years ago. 2 years ago refers to past. So it means here we have to have a past tense, which is the second form of the verb. So it shows that in simple past tense we use second form of the verb. So let us look at the list of verbs once again, because in the previous videos I have explained the different forms of the verbs and how we use them and where we use these different forms of the verbs. And let's see that which form of the verb we use in simple past tense. So these are the forms of the verb. This is the verb go, second form, when, gone, going, goes. Then work, worked, worked, working, works. Come, came, come, coming, comes. Jump, jumped, jumped, jumping, jumps. Speak, spoke, spoken, speaking, speaks. Paint, painted, painted, painting, paints. So last time when we talked about verbs, we categorized verbs into two different categories. We were having regular verbs. Regular verbs means that they carry ed in their second and third form, as it is in this verb, or it is here, or the last verb. So these are called regular verbs. And irregular verb means that they have different first, second, and third form, as it is go, went, gone, speak, spoke, spoken, come, came, come. All these three are irregular verbs, and other three are regular verbs. I hope that you have brushed up your previous lesson. Now let us look at the verb that is used in simple past tense. The first form is used only in simple present tense. Previously we made sentences by using the pronouns I, we, you, and they. For example, I go, we go, you go, they go, something like that. We made sentences. So first form is used only in simple present tense. Second form, that is used only in simple past tense, or we call past indefinite tense. So it is the second form of the verb that we use in simple past tense. Then what about the third form of the verb? Please, we don't talk about it right now. we leave it as it is. That okay, how and when we use it, later on I explain you. Then ing form, we don't talk about it right now. I let you know in the upcoming lessons that where we use ing form of the verb. But s or es form, can you guess in which tense we use s or es form of the verb? Yeah, we use in simple present tense, but that is with he, she, and it. So he, she, and it, when we say he, it is goes. But when we say I, then I go. This is the difference. We work, but here it is he works. She speaks. But on the other side, we say you speak. They speak. So here, these are the pronouns I, we, you, and they. And we use first form of the verb with these pronouns. These are called subjective pronouns. And when pronouns or subjective pronouns are he, she, or it, then we use these s forms of the verb, but these are used in simple present tense. So for past tense, we remember this, that we only use second form of the verb in past tense. This is the first step in learning, that which form of the verb we use in past tense. We use second form of the verb in simple past tense. This is the first thing one has to keep in mind always. Now, some more verbs. And these are the three tricky verbs. If you understand the use of these three verbs, means have, do, and be, of course, it is the second form of the verb that we use right now. But if you understand that, okay, what are these forms and how we use them, so you learn almost 50% of the language. So here you have to have a special focus on the use of these three different verbs. So these three are used in present tense. So we are talking of past tense today. So we look at the use of these three verbs: had, did, and was. But before we move next, we have to clarify one thing once again, because previously I explained you the different forms of be. Be is the first form, was is the second form, been is the third form, being is the ing form, and is the s form of the verb be. Now, what are the other forms of the be? Can you recall? Yeah, think about it. Yeah, so there are other forms of be. Am, are. These are the two other forms of be that are used for present tense. And then we say that second form of am is was, as second form of be is was. So be, second form was, am, second form was. But for are, second form were. What about its third form? Its third form is been. So be was been, am was been, are were been, and of course the other forms, they remain the same or they remain unchanged. Now let us look at the first sentence. I had a gift for you. So what does it mean? It means that the gift is already with me. It means I have a gift for you already. So, but it refers to the past. It means that I purchased that very gift some time ago and I had a gift for you. You did an excellent job. What does it mean? It means that you finished the job already, and the way you did it, it was great, it was good. So that's why we say you did an excellent job. It is the use of be here, and I was there. We were busy. He was late. So was, were, and was in these three sentences, that refers to the past. I was there, it means I am talking about some place that I was present there some time ago. We were busy, it means some time ago we were not free, we were busy. And he was late, it means some time ago. He was not in time, he was late. So these three verbs, had, did, was, and of course were is also a form of be. So these are used, had, did, and was, and were. These are used here for simple past tense. How to make negative and interrogative sentences in simple past tense. Now the next step, as we understand that we use second form of the verb to make simple past structures. So for example, we say I went to market. So went is the second form of the verb. It means I am talking about that some time ago I was in the market. So we understand that the second form of the verb is used in simple past tense. Then how do we change this into negative? And then how do we make questions? Interrogative means that how to make questions. So this is the way. I made a sentence, I went. So subject is I, went is the verb, which is the second form of go. So I went. You can make another sentence. For example, can you make a sentence? I spoke. They played. So you can make as many sentences as you like. We played football. So this second form is used here. This is the subject, we, and this is an object. So you don't have to learn, okay, what is it? You just say these are the other words of the sentence. So this is the second form. So how we make negative of it, that is the point. So please pay close attention. This is the verb that is changing into to. How? We say the subject, it will remain the same. This second form now changes into its first form, and here did is used to make the negative. This we have to have in mind, that whenever we change a sentence like this, we played football, so we change this second form into its first form, which is of course play, and before that we use the verb did to make the negative. So what is our sentence without using not? We did play football, because this is changed into first form, play, then did is used before it, and we say we did play football. Now we played football and we did play football, both are same. We played football is a simple statement, but when we change this into we did play football, it means that we put an emphasis. We want to highlight the information. Anyways, slowly and gradually you shall learn that what is the difference between we played football and we did play football. Remember, previously we talked about the forms of verb: do, did, done, doing, does. So this form is used to make the negative because this is the second form of the verb. And as we said that we use second form of the verb to make negative statements. And second form is used for simple past tense. So when we change any simple past tense into negative, we need the verb did to change into negative. So keep that in mind. Now here, second form, it is second form. Now we say did and then first form. It is did and then first form. We did play football, and of course when we have to make negative, we use not with this helping verb. So play, played, change into playing. So not is added after did. So sometimes we say did not and sometimes we say didn't. That is a shorter version of did not. So when we want to highlight the information, we say did not, and when it is just a statement that we make, so we use the verb didn't. Now, they had a gift for you. Which verb is this? This is the second form of the verb, as it is indicated here. So it is a simple past tense. They had a gift for you. Now, when we change this into a stress pattern, means that when we highlight the information, this is an ordinary statement, this is just a statement, but when you want that everybody should notice, then you say they did have a gift for you. Now it is this subject, they is the subject, did, then verb first form. This verb changed into its first form. So had, its first form is have. Had into have, second form into first form. So had is the second form, have is the first form. So second form changed into first form. Now not is added, and that is added between did and have, and of course it is a part, it is related with the auxiliary or with the helping verb. So they did not have a gift for you, or you can say they didn't have a gift for you. We did an excellent job. So did, it is a little tricky, pay close attention. Did is which form? It is the second form. Now we have to make a negative of it. So this second form means did, it will change into its first form, that is do. Did shall change into do. As in a previous example, had changed into have. So this did is changing into its first form, do. And what we need to make negative of this, we need did before it. So this is the way we make negative. We did an excellent job. Negative, we did not do an excellent job. So be clear about it, that this did is not here. This did is changing into do, and this did is like this, that has come to make this statement or this statement into negative. So not is a part of this did that is written in white. So we did not do an excellent job. Let's have some more examples. Now I've given these given this one sentence for you. You painted this room. It is a simple past tense like this. They had a gift for you, or we did an excellent job. You painted this room. These all three sentences are identical in their construction. So can you change this sentence into its negative? Please try it. Yeah, you is there. This room is, so only here. What do you have to do? You have to change the second form into first form, and before that you have to use did, and along with did you are to use not. So what is the second form? Painted. Yeah, try it out. Can you? Yeah. So this painted shall change into its first form, and here it will appear as paint. You did paint this room, and of course we are making negative, so what we say? You did not paint this room. Let's see. Yeah. So did not, its abbreviated version is used. So what we say, you didn't paint this room. In case of be, as we talked about be, that be has many forms. So the past form of be, for singular it was, and for plural were. So when we change I was there into negative, so we are not using did with be. Not shall come with the verb be itself, and of course this is the second form of be, was. So I was not there. We were busy, negative. We were not busy. He was late. He was not late. This is the way we make negative sentences in case of verb was or were. Of course, these are the forms of be, because we don't need auxiliary or helping verb did to change these sentences into negative. So these are the sentences that I discussed earlier in the start of the lesson. So now, can you change this into negative yourself? I got up late this morning. So try it out. Yeah, second form shall change into first form. And before that we need did and then not. So I did not get up late this morning. This is the negative of it. But can you make a question of it? Yeah, this is the question. The sentence, when we changed this sentence into negative, we said, I did not get up late this morning. Now, we have not used not, and we have placed did in the start of the sentence. It means that this second form, it changes into two verbs. One is its first form, and did, it comes before it. So now that very did is coming in the start of the sentence. So, did I get up late this morning? This is a way to make question. Negative, I did not get up late this morning. So, this is a positive question, so we are not using not. But if it is a negative question, we say, did I not get up late this morning? If it's a positive question, did I get up late this morning? Now, what about next? We played in the playground last evening. Now, change this into negative first, and then change into question. Yeah, this is the second form, so we change this into first form. Yeah, it is play. And before that, we use did. And of course, with did, we use not. So our sentence, a negative sentence is, we did not play in the playground last evening. And now, when we make a question, what we do? We use did in the start of a sentence. Did we play in the playground last evening? So it is all same. This played is changing into these two verbs as I explained you earlier. So did is now coming in the start of a sentence. Of course, W is small. It is not a capital letter. So you have to have this in mind, that it is always a small letter. But in case of I, it is always capital, because everybody has a capital I. You know, ego of everybody. So that's why I would never go small. It is always capital. But with the rest of the subjective pronouns, their first letter is small if we are using any auxiliary or any other word before them. So that's why this W is capital here, because that is in the start. Here it is coming as a second word, so this W is small. So we did play in the playground last evening. So question, did we play in the playground last evening? Now this is the next statement. You passed your high school examination 2 years ago. So how you make negative of it? Of course, you change this second form into its first form. Passed, first form, pass. And before that use did, and with did we use not. So you did not pass your high school examination 2 years ago. And if you have to make a question, how you do it? Yeah. Did you pass your high school examination 2 years ago? That is a way to make question. Is it clear? So let's look at the next sentence. This is a hint for you that first use did, then subject as it is you, we, I. So these are the subjects. And then first form of the verb as it is past, as it is playing, as here it is get. So like that we have to use first form of the verb, and after that the rest of the words, it may be days, weeks, years ago, yesterday, tomorrow, last week, last month, something like that. Or even if you don't use the time, even then it is acceptable, right? So this is a way. So in place of this subject you can use I, we, you, they, he, she, it. With all, this would go, the first form of the verb, and before that we have to use did for question. Now this is once again the first part of the lesson, where I asked you to change these statements into negative. Then we change these statements into question. Now let's look at these statements, and we can make some other types of question, not starting with did as we practiced just a couple of minutes ago. We can add certain other words which are question words in the start of the statement. So this is what happened sometimes ago. So we just change this into first form, and we use did, and we say what did happen. Yeah, what did happen. Now here it is interesting. I got up late this morning. I'm talking with myself, but if I ask you, right, what should I say? You got up late this morning? Oh no, this is not a question. How should I say it? So, did you get up late this morning? It means I am supposing, I am making my opinion that you also got late this morning. But is there any other way? Yes, there is another way. This is the straightforward way of asking question. When did you get up this morning? When did you get up this morning? So previously we were not using this time expression in the start. We say, did I get up late this morning? Now we are changing a little bit, and you can also change your statements. So, and you can add new words. So when did you get up this morning? So it may be late, it may be early, it could be any possibility. So when did you get up this morning? Now look at this sentence. We played in the ground last evening. Now, if you were not there, how should I ask you this question? Think about it. Which word should we use to ask a little different question? And it should not start with did, but it may start with some other word like when, like how, like what, like which, like where. Yeah? Yeah. Where did you play last evening? So it is a direct question, that where did you play last evening? Sorry, here is a problem. It should be a question mark. And what about this last statement? You passed your high school examination 2 years ago. So What question? How you make a question about it? Yeah, think about it. Think. Can you? When? When did I pass my high school examination? So this is what I'm asking myself, and I am trying to confirm from other people that when did I pass my high school exam, because my memory is not giving me a right reply. So anyways, so when did I pass my high school exam? So we have added when in this statement, where in this statement, and when in the last statement. So this is the way we can make questions.